You guys, I'm going to start off this video with the most loving, biggest mistake that you're making as a toddler parent. I really do mean this with all the love in the world. However, stop giving your toddler too much freedom and stop being afraid of making your toddler upset. They need to have tantrums. They need to have feelings. They need to learn how to deal with these feelings, okay? If I had $1 for every time I heard a toddler parent saying, "but they'll cry," I literally would not even have to be making these videos or running a business because I would be a rich millionaire. However, I'm not. So we're going to talk about how you can get your toddler to stay in bed all night long and to stop staring at your face at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 a.m., 6 a.m., and 7 a.m. until you finally either get them up for the day or just pull them into your bed. Let's not do that anymore, okay? Let's solve this problem and let's get through it together. My top 4 rules, okay? We're gonna jump through these. I'm gonna try and get through these quickly, but rule number 1 is to establish rules with your child. They need to be clear and simple. Have them written out, right? Literally have a meeting with your toddler. I know that sounds so over their head, but I promise you it's not. Say, we're gonna have a meeting about bedtime. We're gonna talk about the rules. You could tell your child that you're going to write out the rules of bedtime and what is expected of them overnight. You need to keep it very simple for them. Rule number 1, bedtime routine. Rule number 2, stay in bed. Rule number 3, wait until morning. That's it. Clear and simple. Overcomplicating anything for a toddler or over-explaining anything to a toddler is just going to make them confused. And what do toddlers do when they're confused? They have a meltdown. Let's avoid that. Let's not do it. Rule number 2 is to be consistent in your routines. Don't just talk about these rules and write them down and then be wishy-washy and let your kid do whatever they want and rule the house at bedtime. That's not an option anymore. You need to be consistent. And guess what? I'm here to help you be consistent. I have free bedtime routine cards that you can download in the description box down below. I also am including morning routine cards because I want your mornings to go as smoothly as your bedtime. Grab those routine cards and use them every single night. Depending on the age of your child, you want to use between 3 to 5, maybe 6 to 8 if you have an older child who can really start going through the routine cards on their own. Now, your routine should not be changing. The only thing that's changing is having a visual cue for your child. This is the responsibility on your child to follow the bedtime routine cards and do what the cards say, not what you say, because now it's not a battle between you and your child. It's you and your child looking at the cards, pointing to what's next, and just going through the routine together. So you might be starting your routine with brushing teeth. There's a card for that. Pajamas on, there's a card for that. Let's read some books, let's turn off the lights, let's cuddle, let's get in bed. There are cards for all of these things. There are even blank cards, so if your routine has something that I don't have covered in the routine cards, you can make your own. And they're totally free, so you can't go wrong. Grab them in the description box down below, and I will pin the link in the comment section as well. Leave me a comment and let me know if you got the routine cards because I would love to hear about it. Rule number 3 is positive reinforcement. No one in the world is going to do anything if, I guess some people do things just because they want to be good people and do good things. Yeah, that's a great quality to have. But most of the time, people are doing things because they're going to get something out of it. Even people who are doing good things because they're just good people are getting a reward out of it, and that is feeling good about helping other people. So you can even relate it to you getting up every day and going to work. You're doing this as a reward. The business is paying you. So your child needs to be rewarded for the positive behavior that you want to continue to see throughout every single night and during bedtime. Now, I like to use a sticker chart, and having your child earn a certain number of stickers, depending on their age, they have a different capacity of how many stickers they can earn before earning a tangible prize. If you're unsure of how many stickers your child should be earning before getting a physical prize, leave it in the comments below and we can talk about it based on your child's age and their understanding of rewards. If you are sitting there saying, my kid doesn't care about stickers, my kid doesn't care about rewards, you need to make them care. This isn't an option, okay? It's not an option. They need to care. And how are they going to care? They need to be given a reward that they want. So maybe you're having them pick out the stickers that they want. Maybe you're having them pick out the actual physical prize that they want. They need to work for it, okay? None of us are gonna get up and go to a 9-to-5 job in exchange for a pack of lollipops. That's just not how adults work. We're gonna go to work and we're gonna get money and we're gonna do what we want with the money. So your child is going to be exactly the same. They are going to follow the rules and do as you say because they're going to get a reward that they want. On the flip side, if your child is absolutely not listening and not doing anything that you are asking of them and they are wreaking absolute complete havoc, then you're not even at the rewards portion yet. A lot of toddlers are very capable of just jumping right into rewards, but some need to have consequences before they can have rewards. And as much as I know we're in like this positive parenting era and nobody wants to make their kids upset, you might need to take something away from your child in order to motivate them to make better choices. Let's talk about criminals, okay? Criminals, for example, they are taken out of society until they prove that they can be part of society and yay, they've done something bad. Okay, this is such a far-fetched example. Let's think of something else.
2 hours later.
I literally can't think of another worldly example right now, so if you guys can think of one, leave it in the comments down below. But let's say, for example, your child was absolutely horrible overnight, did not listen to you at all, and continued getting out of bed all hours of the night, keeping everybody in the house awake. There needs to be a consequence for that, and it's okay to take something away from your child. If your child has a favorite toy, take it away for the whole day. Do what you need to do to get the message across. If your child is going to ask 75,000 times to play with that toy, you can reiterate to them, no, you can't have that right now because you continued getting out of bed all night long. You need to stay in your bed. Period. So now rule number 4 is to have a toddler clock. If you had a hatch when your child was a baby, I definitely recommend to continue using the hatch as a toddler clock system. Change it to red when your child should be in bed and have it turn to green when your child can be seen. Toddlers love rhymes. I love rhymes. Red is for bed, green you can be seen. Say it with me. Red is for bed, green you can be seen. You get the point, right? The thing I like about the Hatch and other toddler clock varieties, there are so many different brands out there, but I highly recommend getting one that has a red light for while they are sleeping, because red is not going to stimulate their little brains so that their brain can actually sleep and get the restorative sleep and all the things like memory consolidation and everything that is happening for their brains and brain development while they are sleeping. So you want to have a red light in their room while they're sleeping. Green is going to stimulate the brain and every other color of the rainbow. I like to say green you can be seen because it rhymes. You can do, I was gonna say pink you stink, but you don't really want to do that. If your child really likes yellow, then yellow is for the sun, then they can wake up for the day. I don't really care what color you use for waking up, but it needs to be red while they're sleeping. Okay, so those are my 4 different steps for how to keep your child in their bed all night long. But what are you supposed to do when they do get out of bed all night long? You keep putting them back on repeat. 0 conversation. This is not time to talk to your child. It's not time to re-explain the rules. It's not time to have any conversation about anything that they want to ask you about, because I know that toddlers are going to come up with the most outlandish things to talk about at 2 a.m. It's not time for that. Silently return them to their bed. Go ahead and give them a hug and a kiss. You're not neglecting your child. You're giving them the love that they need. However, you are not giving in to everything that they want in the entire world at this hour. You can talk about it in the morning. That consistency right there is going to teach your child within about 2 weeks that they need to stay in bed all night long, and they will be rewarded for this positive behavior. Now, don't forget to grab the bedtime and bonus morning routine cards in the description box down below. It's all in one download. You can grab it for free. It's also pinned in the comment section. Leave me a comment if you enjoyed this video, and keep blooming. Mwah.